What not-so-subtle hint did Sam Claflin give producers for the prequel? Why does Jenna Malone think that the prequel will completely overlook her character once again? And why is Jennifer Lawrence against The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes even happening? Hi, I'm Joy. Spilling all the tea from Twitter drags to Hemsworth stans, we've got the scoop on this prequel. Sam Claflin. Alright everyone, prepare your three-finger salute because the Hunger Games are back! And no, this is not a drill. It's happening and we honestly can't contain our excitement. Hunger Games author Suzanne Collins recently announced her latest installment called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So yes, while movies of the same genre like Divergent, The Fifth Wave, and The Giver definitely got us through the long-awaited return of the popular trilogy, fans across the globe are excited to navigate their much-loved world once again. But if you thought that you were pumped about the news, wait until you see Sam Claflin aka Finico Dare's reaction. Sitting down with E! News, the 34-year-old actor shared how he is so down for this prequel. I think there's so many juicy elements to this story, elements that people want to know more about. I think telling the story of how the Hunger Games first started, that to me is interesting. Claflin even hinted to producers that he would be interested in bringing back his incredibly handsome District 4 character. And well, we couldn't agree more. So here's to hoping that the producers over at Lionsgate heard his not-so-subtle hint about returning because we would love to see Claflin back on the big screen. Even if this time around the movie is set 10 years after the start of the titular games during the dark days. Jenna Malone. Jenna Malone plays the role of Joanna Mason, a survivor of the games from District 7. And well, she absolutely nails the character. So much so that she was often said to be one of the fan favorites, with many viewers obsessing over her fearless attitude, sharp dialogue, and her way around an axe. But even with a group of adoring fans, Mole didn't exactly get a lot of screen time in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Parts 1 and 2. In fact, Joanna's personal character development scenes were even cut from Mockingjay Part 2 in order to help speed the movie along. And so we never got to see her rigorous training process that she had to go through in order to become a soldier. Instead, she only appeared in a few scenes, and Malone totally noticed. It was like an 8-month shoot, and Mockingjay was one part, so I literally worked for like 2 weeks on that film. I think I was experiencing that extreme FOMO, she shared. And while she isn't exactly bleak at the fact that the franchise is coming back, she definitely isn't jumping to go back to it, especially since they didn't give her much of a storyline before. Instead, Malone is focusing on pursuing her love of storytelling and creating. In fact, Jenna is a part of the musical duo The Shoe. So while she's happy that a prequel will be coming to a movie theater near you, don't get your hopes up that she'll be reprising her role because she predicts that they probably won't write her in anyway. And so if no one's made a petition to have Joanna's story told, you might want to get on that ASAP because we aren't ready to say goodbye to her character just yet. Sorry, Jen. Jennifer Lawrence. Now, what exactly is better than one Jen? 2. Enter Jennifer Lawrence. It's no secret that the Hunger Games franchise was a major success, and well, having that hilarious and absolutely gorgeous Jennifer Lawrence leading the pack definitely helped add to the franchise's success. But that doesn't exactly mean that she's keen on returning to the series. Jennifer is incredibly busy. She has signed on for multi-million-dollar movie deals, recently joined a Dior fall campaign, and is still living in marital bliss with her husband Cook Maroney. So while we all loved seeing her kick butt as Katniss Everdeen, witnessing her embark on one of the juiciest love triangles yet and truly inspiring literally everyone who has ever watched the movies, she has no plans on returning to her iconic character. Jennifer recently admitted that she's done with the Hunger Games, insisting that she wants nothing to do with the proposed prequels for one specific reason. She doesn't think the prequel should even be happening. According to The Guardian, Lawrence believes that creating The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes feels a little forced, and that the series should have ended with Mockingjay Part 2. She also shared that if they were to reprise the famous franchise, they definitely shouldn't do it now. I wouldn't be involved. I think it's too soon. They've got to let the body get cold, in my opinion. Which only leads us to one question. Is it too soon for the franchise to return? Donald Sutherland. From the moment that Suzanne Collins shared that she was ready to revisit her famous dystopian world again in a new book, everyone was waiting in anticipation to find out more. Fanfiction sites went crazy. Plotline guesses came streaming in, and potential YouTube trailers were eagerly made. And then she shared who would be the main character of the prequel, and fans weren't happy. So in case you hadn't heard the news, Sutherland is getting a lot more screen time this time around, whether you like it or not. In an excerpt from Entertainment Weekly, we see that Draco, the future President Snow, who is played by Donald Sutherland, getting his moment in the spotlight. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes will ultimately focus on Snow as a young man. And, well, Donald didn't think that the expected focus of this story would get so much backlash. Fans of the franchise took to social media to criticize Collins for her decision. So why did people find the storyline so controversial? Well, many said that focusing on Snow's story is an attempt to to rehumanize a character that has already been well established as a bad guy. It seems that die-hard Hunger Games stans aren't too keen on finding out the origin stories of a villain. In fact, movie critics even had their concerns about the new narrative, citing that explaining how characters eventually become evil is unnecessary. They even claimed that the Joker was proof of that. Ouch. Others claimed that focusing on Sutherland's character was also lazy on Colin's part, as they believed that there were so many other compelling characters with intriguing stories that never got their moment in the Hunger Games universe. But even with quite a bit of backlash, some hate, and a few #CancelHungerGames tweets, it seems that Sutherland is ignoring the haters. Instead, he's focusing on reassuring fans that the franchise has an incredible group of creators, actors, and producers, and so Hunger Games stans have nothing to worry about. He even urges viewers to keep an open mind because President Snow has an incredible story to share, and he thinks that fans will be pleasantly surprised by how good the prequel promises to be. After all, if there is one thing we can confidently say about the Hunger Games, it's that it has never tried to keep fans comfortable, and it's clear that that has not changed. Lenny Kravitz. You know that a franchise is a big deal when you get musical legend Lenny Kravitz to be a part of the cast. Playing the role of Sinner to absolute perfection would have you thinking that Kravitz has been acting for years, and it was clear that he was going to bring his natural creativity to the role as he creates amazing and breathtaking outfits for Katniss, which leads to her nickname through the story, the girl who was on fire. But did you know that Kravitz didn't even have to audition for the role? According to reports, Hunger Games producers immediately sent the script over to the Grammy winner, and he was immediately drawn to the role from page one. Here was a good opportunity to work with a great director, a great book, a great cast. I was like, I'm in, shared the singer-turned-actor. So when he heard about the prequel, Kravitz was excited for the story to be given new life, especially given the fact that he believes there's just so much to unpack in the storyline. Now, all that's left for him to do is to let us know if he'll be making an appearance in the prequel, because the suspense is killing us. Josh Hutcherson. Fans of the Hunger Games will tell you that they are absolutely obsessed with the storylines. They will also tell you that they are just as obsessed with the cast, especially Josh Hutcherson, who has noticeably been missing in action recently. It has admittedly been a while since the actor has had any major movie deals. This has only left fans even more eager to see him return to Panem in the foreseeable future. So what were Hutcherson's thoughts when he heard about the prequel? Well, pure excitement. He even mentioned how he would love to be a part of it. I would like Peter to be in it because I would like to be with these people again and work more in that world. 100%, that would be great. I love that whole cast and crew. If they can get some of the same people involved, I would do it, no question. In fact, the heartthrob even said that he thinks it's a great idea that a prequel will be coming out, as he believes that we could all do with a little dose of the Hunger Games. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight, Hutcherson even suggests to the Hunger Games crew that they find a little place for him in the prequel, even if it isn't a big part. He just wants to go back, and we can only hope that the franchise producers follow his wishes. Liam Hemsworth. Last but definitely not least, Liam Hemsworth. It seems that everyone is obsessed with the Aussie hunk, and for good reason too. Since the end of the Hunger Games, it seems that Hemsworth's career has absolutely taken off, and fans are not complaining. And while we loved watching him swoon over Rebel Wilson in the popular rom-com Isn't It Romantic, it seems that we can't get Gale Hawthorne out of our minds. Thankfully, we aren't the only ones. Apparently neither can Liam. Yup, he is still obsessing over the Hunger Games franchise and is totally stoked that the prequel is happening. Known for being rather picky when it comes to deciding on the movies that he wants to be a part of, Liam says that a Hunger Games prequel is an absolute no-brainer. Of course he would be up for it. And even though it looks like none of the original cast will be coming back given the new storyline, he says that he would love to come back if the producers will have him. Liam even says that this prequel is going to give us everything that we could ever want from a film. A little romance, action, and emotion. Oh, and his praises don't end there, as he mentioned how he has complete faith in the producers to create the perfect prequel. And after hearing Liam's thoughts, we can't wait to see more of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. But that's just us. Let us know what your thoughts are on the prequel, if you think it will be as successful with a brand new cast, and whom of the OG cast members would you like to see make an appearance? Let us know in the comments section below. And as always, thanks for watching.